You won't believe what I saw the first time I met Woody. He looked like a walking couch, huge, heavy, and barely moving. I remember just standing there, trying to process how a dog could even get this big. He weighed 210 pounds. That's more than most people. I knew right then and there, this dog needed help. And somehow, I felt like I was the one meant to do it. At first, he barely moved. I took him to the park, hoping he'd sniff around or maybe wag his tail. Nothing. He just sat there, watching other dogs run and play. I could see it in his eyes. He wanted to join in, but his body wasn't letting him. That broke my heart. I started with baby steps, literally, short walks around the block. At first, he could barely take a few steps before plopping down, exhausted. I remember thinking, how did it get this bad? But I also saw something else in him, determination. He wanted to change. He just needed someone to believe in him. Over time, I got to know him. And let me tell you, Woody had personality. He wasn't just a dog, he was a full-blown character. He loved the outdoors, especially the cold. You'd think a dog his size would hate the snow, but nope. He'd sit outside in the freezing air, just loving life. And he talked constantly. Not barking, but little noises, almost like he was trying to have a conversation. It was hilarious. One of the hardest things was fixing his diet. He was used to eating whatever was in front of him, and that had to change. It wasn't easy. He hated the new food at first, but eventually he warmed up to it, and before I knew it, bananas and carrots became his favorite treats. But the real change, that came with the walks. The more we walked, the more he started to love it. And then one day, he did something he had never done before. He chirped. Yes, chirped. He made this excited little noise when we got near the park, like he couldn't wait to get there. That was the moment I knew we were on the right track. 6 months later, he was a different dog. He went from 210 pounds to 152. That's a huge difference. He could run, he could play, and most importantly, he was happy. People always say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but Woody proved them wrong. He showed that with enough love and patience, change is always possible. When I first met him, Woody was so big, he looked like a piece of furniture. Even the vet was shocked, saying he was the largest dog he had ever seen, and his previous owners, they thought putting him down was the best option because he could barely stand. But I saw something different. I saw a spark in his eyes, something that told me he wasn't done yet. Bringing him home wasn't easy. Getting him up the stairs, that was an event. 3 little steps, and it took us 20 minutes. I remember feeling so helpless, wondering if I had made a mistake, but I had to try. At first, even walking was too much. He'd take a few steps, then drop down, panting like he had just run a marathon. But I wasn't giving up on him. We kept at it, day by day, step by step, and then he started getting stronger. Little by little he walked further, and then one day he actually ran. Not fast, not far, but he ran. And I'll never forget the look on his face. Pure joy. And it wasn't just his body that changed, his spirit did too. He became more social, more playful. He found happiness again. And in doing so, he inspired so many people. People started messaging me, saying Woody's story gave them hope. That if he could do it, maybe their dog could too. Maybe even they could. His transformation wasn't just about losing weight. It was about proving that change is possible, no matter how hard it seems. He became a symbol of resilience, of not giving up, even when the odds are stacked against you. And honestly, he changed my life just as much as I changed his. Woody's journey is proof that every pet deserves a chance. Every animal deserves love, care, and a shot at a better life. And that's why I'm asking you, if you have a pet, or you know an animal in need, do something. Don't wait. Help them. Because you never know, you might just save a life. And in the process, they might just save you right back. Let's make sure every pet gets the happy ending they deserve, just like Woody.